Good evening. This is Dirty Work. I do the dirty work, but not man's dirty work. I do God's dirty work. There's always been times when things had to be done, and someone had to do it. David was a bloody man. He slaughtered a lot of people. He did God's dirty work. When the Israelites came across the River Jordan to take Jericho, they had to do a lot of dirty work. They had to slay every man, woman, and child. It hurt them to have to slay the children, but it was God's order. Because if they didn't, those same children would grow up and become a thorn in their side. Those same children would be like Haman and try to destroy their race. They had to be totally eliminated. Those type of things are not meant to happen in this time. These times are different. These times we don't hear directly from God. But we still have something that we have to do. We have to follow His orders. And sometimes we have to do His dirty work. That's where I step in. They call me Dirty Work. What's going on with the politics in this land right now? It can't keep going like this. The reverse of Robin Hood. They steal all they can from the poor and give tax breaks to the rich. It shouldn't be done like that. The poor are already struggling. The middle class is almost non-existent. You step on them and crush them back down into the poor status. The few that get ahead, you find a way to pressure them too. Well, you know what? Things are going to change. But they're going to change for the better, not for the worse. That situation in Wisconsin, that governor is being evil. He had enough money to make the budget, so he gave tax breaks to the rich just so that he can take it from the poor and say, "Oh, now we need to fill this budget gap. Let's take it from the teachers. Let's take it from the sanitation workers. Let's take it from everybody who works hard for a living. Put it on their backs." No, don't put it on the backs of the super rich. They're rich enough. We got to give them tax breaks. Let's break those proletariats. And meanwhile, there's a president in the White House who said, "I would put on some comfortable shoes and walk the picket line with you." Well, Mr. President, it's time for you to be a man of your words. It's time for you to put on your comfortable shoes and do exactly what you said you would do. People will respect you more. Republicans might even fear you more because it will give you power beyond your wildest dreams. When ordinary, everyday people see that you can step out of your so-called elitism, as the Republicans say, take off your shirt, take off your jacket, roll up your shirt sleeves, and grab one of those picket signs and walk in front of that building. Maybe even step into the building and look that man eye to eye and say, "Why are you doing this? You can't bust unions like this. It's time to end this siege. Give these people what they want so the other people who are out of state can come home." That's what needs to be done. They're at an impasse now. Neither side wants to budge, but a sledgehammer will break them. President Obama, you are that sledgehammer. I love you, man. I really do. God put you here for a reason. Do what God sent you here to do. Become one of us. Don't just say you're one of us. If you fly down, get on Air Force One, fly down to Wisconsin, and grab a sign and walk on that picket line with our brothers. Because you know, if the 3 unions of those 10 corporations that donated to political action committees last year, 3 of them were unions. The other 7 were all for the Republicans. If they break those 3 unions, it's going to be mighty hard for you to get reelected. But for you to get out there on the picket line and do what you're supposed to do, not only will you become one of us, we will become a part of you. We on the left will be your left arm. Those on the right will become your right arm. And even though they're Republicans, they're going to vote Democrat because they're going to vote to keep a real man in the White House. That's what they want. All they want is for you to lead, President. All they want is for you to go up to a guy like Huckabee or Boehner and look him eye to eye and say, I am a man. I am a man that was born in the United States, in Hawaii. I never was in Kenya. I might have went to Indonesia, but I came back to the USA. I came back to Hawaii. I went to school mainland USA, California, Chicago. I am a man, a U.S. citizen. It's time for you to stop this foolishness and stop it now. You look him in the eye and tell him that. Don't say it over a microphone. Don't say it behind the podium. You have to say it to him eye to eye for them to get it. Mr. President, we, the people of the United States, we need you to lead. This is your time. This is a shining moment when you can break them. You can break them. We are in the right, they are in the wrong. We have the power. But we just need someone strong enough to pick up that sledgehammer. Because if we got a sledgehammer, the first time you hit, pow, full force, you might not see a thing. You did that with the healthcare. The second time you hit, pow, full force, oh, a chip fell off. That was the don't ask, don't tell. The third time you hit, kaboom, with the hammer. Now you see a crack. It's this budget crisis. And for you to break this thing down, all you need to do is keep on slamming with that sledgehammer. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you see a big crack. Next thing you do, you can crack that Rock of Gibraltar that is the Republican Party to smithereens. You, Mr. President, can do that. There's no one else in the United States that can do it. It's a job for you. And it starts with you going to the picket line. Just go to the picket line and picket with those who want you to stand arm in arm together with them and carry a sign and put your soft shoes on. Be a man of your word. If you said